So a quick recap of market action this week. Certainly we are seeing earnings being the key driver to much of the market movement. At the start of this week, we have had Caterpillar Inc. reporting in the US, and the wide-reaching supply chain and strong demand over there has certainly brought about quite a bit of boost for both the S&P 500 index and the Dow Jones. But a mixed set of data coming through in the middle of the week certainly dampened a little bit of the market sentiment, and we did see the S&P 500 index decline 0.47% in Wednesday's session, the biggest one-day percentage change since early September. However, into the end of this week, once again, we are finding positive results. And this morning's many of the tech companies, including Amazon and Alphabet, Google's parent company, certainly giving us this optimism in the Asian markets and possibly going to jumpstart the US session ahead. Well, I would say that most of the market has certainly been focused also on the currency market, as we did find a strong surge in the US dollar after the ECB meeting. So the rather dovish take held by the ECB at this current moment with respect to their interest rate rise outlook has certainly driven Euro-US dollar much lower in the session, and for the US dollar index, it was a leap above the 94 resistance, certainly showing quite a bit of strong trend over there. But given this backdrop, what are some of the key items to look out for in the upcoming week? For the full suite of events, once again, do head on to the IG website and take a look at the IG economic calendar. But I'm just going to highlight many of these key items for the next week. Certainly we have quite a packed week coming up. So to start with, earnings remain front and center for equity markets, with up to 26% of the companies on the S&P 500 index going to report in the upcoming week. That itself is certainly going to once again drive the market action, but we do have a lot of central bank meetings coming up as well. So the likes of the Bank of Japan, Federal Reserve, the Fed FOMC, and also the Bank of England are the ones expected in the coming weeks. Specifically for the Bank of Japan and the Fed, certainly we don't see the market expecting any changes over there, but for the Fed itself, some of this guidance could still be of importance for the economy. But having said that, I do think that what may trump this will actually be President Donald Trump's nomination for the next Federal Reserve chair. So the President himself is expected to announce that result prior to the end of the week on November the 3rd, and should it not actually come again in this week. So Politico itself had actually reported that it could really be a coin toss between Federal Reserve Governor Jerome Powell and also Stanford economist John Taylor. For the market, of course, these two candidates certainly represent very different outlook for the economy and pretty much the reaction that is to come in the dollar index and many of the currency markets itself. I do think that with the current trend that we have seen in the US dollar currently, which is showing this strong US dollar recovery, and the selection of economist John Taylor should actually see it surge even further ahead and put the 95 figure into the picture, should it not already be so with the Q3 GDP announcement that is due today. So certainly keep a close watch of that piece of announcement that is going to be due. But having said that, for the Asian region, I think at the start of the month, we are really familiar with the fact that China's PMI is going to be released. And in this case, the official numbers are going to come out on Tuesday before the Caixin private gauge on Wednesday. We do recall the September numbers themselves had actually been one that had really surprised on the upside for the official figure and brought about quite a bit of this optimism for the market. So do keep a close watch of that once again. As things stand, the market is expecting the official manufacturing PMI to actually taper slightly to about 52.2. So do I the actual results over there, and the Caixin PMI is expected to remain unchanged at 51.0. So watch for reactions in the Asian equity markets, but of course keep a close eye on the very extensive earnings calendar as well.